Good afternoon, fellas.
Hey.
Good Hello.
Thank you for joining me.
Yes.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
So the main reason, why you're here and why I was told that you're here is your audio podcast, Bronzeville.
Correct.
Yes.
And this is definitely different. We're used to seeing movies or TV series more on TV, but you took it back, way back into time.
Back to radio.
Yes, back to radio, how radio started, and before there was TV, there was radio.
Correct.
Radio was the form of entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Were you guys a little fearful bringing back some old school stuff that people aren't, used to?
No, we were very excited about it because nobody's doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know that since, no one's doing it, and we're in a time that everybody's, looking at their cell phone. You made it, though, very easy to access. It's on iTunes.
Yes.
And I love it because I recognize Laurence's voice. I recognize your voice. I even recognized your voice, which was, so it really made me tune in and pay attention. Do you notice that your audience, is it working? Is that?
Oh, it's working really well.
Well.
We've had tremendous success from the beginning. The first episode aired like early February, and we went to the top 10 of iTunes podcasts like that week.
Yeah, it was it's interesting to see how people are responding, and once they get into Bronzeville, they're hooked in a real way. And the way we've laid this out is 10 episodes over 10 weeks, and people cannot wait till every Tuesday to hear the new current episode, and they are loving it. And we're just pleasantly surprised how engaged everyone is with the project, and it really speaks to this platform of audio series. I mean, again, like Fish said, we no one's doing it quite like this. You usually get documentaries or news,
TED Talks or whatever.
Right.
All those talks, but now we actually get something that's scripted, that people can tune in and just kind of interpret in their own way.
How instrumental were you, or any of you, with the production?
Well,
It's
our
thing.
production.
baby.
Yes,
Okay.
we did a
It's
joint
a
venture.
joint venture between the Tate men and my company, Cinema Gypsy. This was a project that the brothers have been really nurturing and cultivating since 2003.
Correct. Yeah.
And the original idea was to do it as a television series, and we pitched it, but we didn't get the kind of response that we had hoped we'd get. So we decided to sort of go through the back door and do it as an audio series. And the good news is that people have actually responded. All the buyers we went to were like, this sounds great, but we don't know if there's an audience for it. So the podcast has demonstrated that not only is there an audience for it, but there's a hungry audience for it.
Now, why did you want to focus on Bronzeville here in Chicago? I know you're from Chicago, but when I was listening to it, the first episode, and just kind of researching, it prompted me to research about Bronzeville, and this was the spot to come for a lot of African Americans back in that time. The thing that I noticed still about Chicago, and even listening to it, some of the things have not changed. Chicago's still very segregated.
The more things stay the same, the more things change, the more they stay the same, sure. I mean, there are many cities in America that are still segregated along lines of color and economics, mostly. I mean, you can call it one or you can call it the other, depending upon your point of view and where you sit in society. But, yeah, things are sort of the same.
Yeah. The thing that really impressed us or really surprised us is how the community of Bronzeville was so self-sufficient. It was independent. It had all the things that other communities had. And if you think about it, most communities, when we talk about different class and race, they pretty much had their own thing. And what was special about, black folks having theirs, coming from Jim Crow South, you didn't imagine that we could have the American dream. And to actually see it materialize was really important to talk about and to share that story. And as storytellers, as actors, but also now storytellers, we wanted to let people know that there was a community that had a set of core values that allowed us to really thrive, and you didn't have to necessarily always go out with our hands, leaning on other communities or asking. We were able to do a lot of stuff ourselves, and we wanted to just kind of remind that, especially now, and remind it in this town.
Was it hard for you? Because I know I've done some voiceover stuff, and I mean, you're an actor, but we're used to seeing your facial expressions. We're used to connecting with you through, with the eyes, and now we're having to just rely on your voice. Was that hard to convey or get that emotion going when you don't have maybe that acting partner right in front of you?
Well, the beautiful thing is that we actually had actors in the studio at maybe 8 to 10 people at one time, so we would be able to bounce off one another. Like now, we're sitting here and we'd be in front of our mics and we do the scenes. So we had people to interact with, so it wasn't as difficult.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah,
nice.
we did it very much in the style of an old radio play.
Okay.
So we would rehearse in the morning, we would gather in the morning, look at the day's material, work it out, talk about it, maybe even rehearse a little bit. Then we'd go downstairs into the studio. Larenz and I shared directing duties. So he's directed some of the episodes, I've directed some of the episodes. And we just all get in the room and start acting. And when you work with your vocal instrument,
Right.
Yeah.
and you don't have the benefit of people being able to see you, you have to give a little bit more, you have to dig a little bit deeper, you have to use your vocal instrument like the instrument that it is.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's also something that's really interesting. This is a period piece, so we're in the 1940s, and Laurence was always amazing about making sure that we dialed all the other stuff all the way back.
Exactly.
Just make
Staying
sure
in
we're
that moment
time,
of the
that
40s.
time capsule. We got to make sure that we're all in the 1940s. So
We don't want to sound like it's 2017. We want to sound like it's 1947. And the interesting thing about black folks in general, with respect to being Americans and language, we have always been about the business of codifying, modifying, and being very creative with the language.
Okay.
So all of contemporary slang, all the slang that comes out of the United States of America was, and continues to be created by black folks.
yes.
So there's
True.
an element that just is always, that's a constant, but at the same time, we also want it to be understood. We want to be understood. We want to be able to communicate with other communities, and we want to be understood. So we have always been practicing speaking more than one language.
Bilingual.
Yes.
Trilingual.
We are
Yeah.
a trilingual. We are a multilingual people
Yes.
Very-
in America. We
Yes,
truly are.
I always say that African Americans are the most cultured people too. Like we have to learn so much not only about our culture but others in order to adapt or move forward.
Sure, in order to survive here.
To survive. Yeah.
It's a survival mechanism, and it's something also with our father. He's always told us, like, listen, you have to be able to speak in different settings. When you with your friends, that's one setting. When you are at home, obviously that's another setting. But when you are in a business or you're in front of a camera, there's another way that you see. And people may look at me sometimes and they say, "Oh, he played O-Dog," but when you speak, I try to have a grasp of the English
A
grammar.
great
You know what I
vernacular.
mean? It's something that our father instilled in us, but again, that's that survival thing, and being, having those multilingual linguistics that are there.
It-
So,
it
Those
definitely-
linguistic skills.
yeah,
It keeps you aware of your surroundings at all times.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of O-Dog.
Oh man.
Speaking of O-Dog, no, I saw Deuces this
Okay, Deuces,
weekend.
yeah.
Which kind of, a little reminiscent, still kind of gangsta going on, bad guy.
He did some bad things. Yeah.
Yeah, but a very good movie on Netflix. Thank you for,
Yeah.
I don't know if you were behind directing and producing that as well, but it was great.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Deuces is a movie that's available now on Netflix. We produced that along with Queen Latifah's company, flavor unit, Tateman Entertainment, and we came on, we produced it, and we wanted to do something that's contemporary, but with that particular story, we wanted to see the project from the perspective of the anti-hero, and overall, it's just like there's some good people who do bad things,
Right.
but it's available now, and something that we're producing, and to be able to go from that genre to like a genre like Bronzeville is a testament to the kinds of stories that we want to tell. You know what I mean? And it's all about our storytelling. There's different kinds of things. We're not just one kind of people, and we don't have one kind of story. And to be able to do something as historical as Bronzeville, and then do something as contemporary as Deuce, is just the kinds of things that we like to do, and that interest us, and we're getting a lot of love from that, so it's nice.
Well, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I'm waiting for you to age too.
Oh, stop it! Listen, I appreciate that.
He only looks like
You
a
need
kid.
to give us
It's a grown man sitting there.
you need to share the elixir. But
No, I appreciate that. It's all in the genes, mom and pop. It's all in the genes.
Well, before you guys go, can you play a little game with me?
Oh, okay. What is the game? Okay.
It's a game about Bronzeville, and I got some prizes for you.
Oh man, so
Okay.
this
Prizes.
So
Here we go.
It's a little Bronzeville trivia.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna see how well you know about Bronzeville.
Okay.
Okay. So what you'll do is when I ask the question, whoever hits the buzzer first answers, and
like
then
Jeopardy.
whoever
Right.
and
Bronzeville Jeopardy.
Yeah, Bronzeville Jeopardy.
Jeopardy Bronzeville edition.
Get it
And-
to Alex Trebek.
And whoever gets the most correct answers wins the biggest prize.
Okay.
So my first question is, which three historians were responsible for Bronzeville's development and cultural crusade?
Which three developers?
Which three historians
Historians.
were
Wow.
responsible for Bronzeville's development and cultural crusade? Don't forget to buzz
Where's
in.
our history
idea.
research person
Where
when we
is
need
the
him?
Where's our historical consultant when we need him?
Here's a little secret, honestly. Because we want it to be as accurate as possible, and we're not historians, we actually hired a historian
Indeed, we did.
to work with us on this audio series to make sure that we had all this. And Michael was not here at the moment.
Oh,
He's
so
not with us.
that's
He's
your
not with us,
cheat.
so
Do
we
we
had-
get
we had-
a what do they call that when you get a lifeline? Do we get a call?
We can't call
Do-
Michael right
I
now. but
mean,
I'd like
you
to.
could.
So,
Different
so
game
game
I'm
show.
gonna have to pass on who those.
Okay, Pat,
historians
I'll
are.
tell you.
Go ahead.
It was Pulitzer Prize recipient
Oh, my God.
Gwendolyn Brooks,
Oh wow.
civil rights activist Ida B. Wells,
Ida B. Wells.
and legendary musician Louis Armstrong.
Now, how is it so that those people were responsible for the development of Bronzeville?
Well, not only the cultural development as well. So Ida B. Wells, I think if what I read correctly, she was behind like the movement of getting Bronzeville together and making that the area for So
Okay.
I read up, and I actually got this from Bronzeville site. So
Oh wow.
Okay.
so
Well, that's interesting.
Knowledge
is-
knowledge is king.
listen. Hopefully this one's a little bit easier.
Okay.
Let's hope.
Yeah, because that was a good one.
How
Louis
did
Armstrong.
Bronzeville get its name?
I don't know. I'm assuming.
Me either.
I don't know. How did it get its name?
Really?
No,
We really suck at this game,
No.
I just need to say.
It was first used in 1930 by James J. Gentry, a
Nah.
local theater editor for the
I
Chicago
would have
Bee.
never known that.
Chicago Bee publication.
Chicago
These are
Beat.
incredible questions.
How did he happen to use it? I mean, do you have backstory?
Well, he used it because it was referring to the many skin colors,
Right.
of course.
I mean that
Of
part,
course.
but I didn't know
And-
who it was.
yeah,
I mean,
he's
obviously-
an editor, so
Oh,
you know
wow.
he just thought bronze is the color of African
And what was the name
Americans,
of his editorial newspaper?
and, the Chicago Bee, which you guys did, I think, talk about it in the series. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well, he was a part of that. Okay, great.
Okay, so
Love
these should be easier. I promise
hope.
you. It's either A, B, C, or D. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm kind of giving you some help here.
Right. It's
Okay.
multiple choice.
Back in 1920, many clubs, theaters, and restaurants were located on State Street between 30th and 35th Street. This 5-block stretch was commonly known as A, the Walk, B, the Block, C, the Stroll, or D, the Strip. Uh-oh.
You know
'Cause-
what?
yeah, you know.
Okay, go ahead.
Yo,
go ahead.
go. We
See
know
the
why.
straw.
That's correct. Woo!
Yes, because it was,
That was
a
like-
part of his. He got out the car with his wife and he took the walk. Yes.
Okay, got
I
it.
love it.
Okay, this is for the final. So far, Lawrence
Some
is
things
it?
about-
So
Fish is about
Fish
to-
gets, he's getting the prize,
You know what?
basically.
This is the
You would-
final.
I know what the prize is.
Right.
And
Okay,
this
you-
this
I know
is
what the prize-
super
you sit next to
easy.
the prize.
Oh, man.
There it is.
I like the prize. I like the prize, brother. I like that.
Okay, that could be the prize. Quit playing. That could definitely be the prize.
Let me get
This is
it.
a bonus question.
Yes.
This area also included, and I'm going to give you, break it down again like the first one.
Multiple choice.
Choice.
Multiple choice.
Okay.
So let's choose one that does not fit.
Okay.
Okay. A, Dreamland Cafe. B, Galleria Gouchard. C, the Grand Theater. Or D, the Vendom Theater.
Go ahead.
Which one that
You know
does?
you want to do it.
Does
The one
not-
that does
You know you
not.
wanna
Wait.
do
The one that does not.
Does
fit?
not fit.
Does
A.
not. No, that's wrong.
Oh, see, I knew. Okay, I knew what it is. Huh. Then I should have said it if I knew.
You should.
Go, Lorenz. Just do it.
You know you want to do it.
D.
No.
What?
B.
Don't say B.
B.
I thought B was it. I was gonna say B.
Go with your first mind.
Damn,
That's
was
what I
gonna
said, man.
And I went
You have
against
to
it.
go with your first mind.
I was gonna say that.
So, for
So,
the
listen.
You know what?
Listen, you know what? We're from Chicago, so this gift was already warranted to Mr. Fishburne.
So,
course,
Mr.
yes.
Fishburne gets a gift
Bless your heart.
bag
Thank
as well
you,
as
gentlemen.
some.
Indeed.
Our,
Some Chicago.
Garrett-
popcorn.
they
Gotta have
sponsored. Garrett sponsored some popcorn.
We
for-
love Garrett's
love it,
popcorn.
Garrett's.
Garrett-
love it.
And then just because I love y'all and you're from Chicago, you still get some
Oh,
love.
what a beautiful
Appreciate
thing.
that.
What a beautiful
All
thing.
love. We
Still
appreciate
get
it.
some
Thank
love.
you
So
much.
these bags were
Dag.
dag. Well, I'm about to
It's
give to you.
It's a brotherly thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
all
Growing
siblings.
up, we always like, give me that.
You know.
Gotta share.
The
Yeah.
Godfrey has put together these great bags for
Wonderful.
you,
Beautiful.
We thank
as
the
well
Godfrey.
as Garrett's popcorn.
Awesome.
we
Well,
love
appreciate
both.
that.
So-
Thank
Thank
you
them.
for your time.
Thank
again.
you so much.
And
Thank
thank you
you.
for a lovely interview. And
What
again,
I mean, so you're taking Lawrence?
oh, Fish got has that?
Oh, you didn't want him to have any
The bigger
popcorn?
one.
He
'Cause
won.
Oh, because
Okay,
yeah.
now you're trying to
Again,
get
okay.
greedy.
Listen, I'm the youngest of three.
Winning.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to hold on to any and
You
everything
know,
I can get. You know
get
what I'm saying?
That's
I'm always getting the
greedy.
scraps.
Yeah, they always
Jesus.
taking things from you.
Oh,
Man, I looked out for you when you
Give
was
me
young,
Give
man.
me
Come
that.
on.
They always
I
take
looked
stuff
out for
from
you.
me.
I looked out for you.
Mama!
Yeah.
You was a tattletale? Were you? Did
Ooh.
you tell a lot?
No, I
Did
didn't
he
tell.
tell a lot?
You know what? No, he didn't.
I didn't
Okay.
tell.
No.
I was taught by two very good older brothers who told me never to tell.
Yes.
Keep my mouth
Were
shut.
you annoying?
No, he wasn't.
No,
was
they
annoying?
told
Maybe
me,
to the big brother, but
snitches get stitches
Yeah.
is what they said. And I didn't want the stitches.
Gang life. Okay.
Ah.
That's all love.
Well, it was great talking to you guys.
Thank you
thank
so
you
much.
for
Thank
having
you.
us.
I loved having you guys, and I hope you'll be back for something.
Thank you so
I
much.
don't know,
We
come
certainly-
and see me.
Absolutely.
I mean, at least in Chicago.
Absolutely. We will.
Indeed.
And I'll come to LA and hang out.
Perfect.
Okay.
Love it.
Sounds
Thank you guys
good.
so much.
No problem.